What is going on, everybody, and welcome to a therapy session. Another episode of the Brown and Orange Weekly. I am your co-host, Dean Samples, followed by the man, the myth, the legend, Clarence Wilson. What's up, baby?
Man.
I've been at a loss for words all day, dude. I got to work today, and people were like, "Oh, you went to the Browns game yesterday?" I'm like, "Shut up! I don't want to talk about it right now. It's 7 in the morning. I don't want to talk about it."
So as is tradition with me, I have a few buddies come up for the home opener. We've been doing this for like pretty much since they've been back since '99, and I've learned I take the day off after every home opener. I get it in, drink several beers, perhaps take several shots. That's how I do. And even this morning when I rolled over, I was like, well, "Did that really happen? Did that actually happen?" I don't know, man. Everything that could have gone wrong in the last 2 minutes absolutely did.
Complete meltdown, to say the
from
least.
from top to bottom. Like nobody's getting away from any kind of criticism.
I'm gonna be
Some
honest
some
with you.
Go
It's
ahead.
probably the worst loss since '99, since we came back. At least for
The only
me, in my eyes. The last one was 2013 when the Bears scored 21 unanswered points on us in the fourth and beat us. That one stung for a while. This one,
um
this one hurts.
this one hurts. The only thing I can compare it to is was the kick six. We were up 21-2 against Baltimore, I believe. And
I remember
yeah, I
that
was at that
game.
game. Yeah, I was at that game
Like,
too. 21-2, we having a party in the stands.
yeah,
Yeah,
I forgot
Ed
about that
Reed.
one.
Yeah, Ed Reed. I think it was the kick six, or he returned it. It was just
I love Ed Reed, the player, but damn,
he killed us
he
on
did.
several
Even
occasions.
that was another one, man. I forgot about that game.
So
It was
my
a
experience,
quiet,
we were both.
depressing walk out of that stadium yesterday.
Yeah, we were both at the game. We were trying to link up, just didn't work out. But I know with me, we kind of went over it earlier when we were up. After we went up 30-17, York missed that kick, that point after touchdown, and I was kind of like, And we're like, "Oh, we could probably leave now," And I was like, and then all four of us like, "Should we? We know the Browns." And we walked down the stairs, and I was like, let's peek in and just see, like one of the entrances to some of the seats. Let's peek in and see. Peeked our head in and saw the damn 65-yard touchdown.
With nobody around him. Nobody around
Nobody.
him. He
We're
walked
gonna
in
get
there.
into that.
And I was right
We're
in the
gonna
end zone where I was at, dude. I was so pissed.
we're gonna get into that. Nobody being there, shit. It's becoming, it's a theme now. But yeah, we end up watching it from that spot, and it's just still unbelievable. It was what was this? Almost 2,300, 2,400 times the teams have walked in that situation, and
Yeah. Blew it, bro.
99.9% chance of winning that damn game by all statistical measures.
We got the ball back with 22 seconds left. I knew it.
Nothing we
I
could
knew we
do.
weren't going to do it.
No.
It's DPJ had 0 catches. He wasn't really helping. This is just the play calling, everything. Like even the onside kick, they lined up, they got on the field, and wasn't even set for an onside kick. Like, what do you think they're gonna do? Of course they're gonna
Yeah.
kick an onside kick. Why aren't you preparing for that? Then
Yeah.
they call
They got.
timeout, and it still seemed like they weren't set, and they lost it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, well, people were throwing bottles on the field.
I believe it. I believe it. It just there's no words for how they just, let's just be frank, they shit the bed.
They did. I tweeted out yesterday. That's getting some good. It's almost at 1,000 likes. I'm in an abusive relationship with the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah,
And that's exactly
absolutely.
how I feel. I'm in an abusive relationship with the Cleveland Browns. They just find a way to break my heart. It's a factory of sadness in there.
It was one of those games where, and I mean, we kind of previewed it. Jets, that's a W. I don't think there's going to be any easy W's until we get
Joe
Watson back.
Flacco should have been retired. I mean,
Yeah, 176-year-old Joe
there's no
Flacco.
reason we should have lost that game.
None. None whatsoever. None whatsoever.
And a lot of people on Twitter are blaming Chubb.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Listen, yes, if Chubb would have went down, then you run the clock out. I get it. Just Stefanski said in his media sessions today, he wished he had told Chubb to go down, but he didn't. But at that point, you have a 2-touchdown lead. So him going down wasn't what killed it in my eyes. He gets zero blame. No. I'll put a little bit of blame on we need to pump the brake on Cade. So I was at the last preseason game, and I was watching his warm-ups. Yeah, I saw him drill some, the 70-yarder, that long shit, but I also saw him shank like a couple 43-yarders, and I was like, or just one, I believe. I was kind of like, huh. I was like, that's kind of odd. And, after he drilled that 58-yarder last week, there's a new king of Cleveland.
Right.
You cannot miss gimme extra points.
No.
He's a rookie. I don't foresee that happening too many more times in his career, but that was the first thing that set all this stuff in motion where, we're not thinking they're going to score 2 touchdowns, but if they do, they win now. We don't even get the tie to go into OT.
I have a little... Like, even after the onside kick, Myles Garrett was even on the field for those first 3-4 plays. And then he came back into the game. And that very first play he was back, he got into the quarterback and batted down a pass, I think. Or at least he caused Flacco to throw it. And it was incomplete. His presence was felt. Like, why wasn't he in there from the get-go? Especially that much time left. What was going on? They already scored an easy 60-some yard touchdown untouched because blown coverage. You can blame whoever. It comes down to Joe Woods. I see people going at Denzel. Denzel even said at the press conference that wasn't even his guy. Nobody was around that too. At least 20 yards. Nobody was really around him. It was unbelievable. And that falls on Joe Woods and the defensive coaches. Someone needs to go, or someone needs to be like, something needs to happen.
I feel like I want to blame Woods, but today, I believe Delpit and Ward came out and basically said this is some kind of communication issue, miscommunication. All right, well, you know what? That happened last week. So don't you get it right?
With Robbie Anderson.
Yeah, don't you get it right now? And that goes back to the first half of last season when dudes was just running wide open all damn day long. The Chargers and against the Cardinals last year, first half of the season.
Yeah.
It's the same stuff that happened then, and it's happening now. Last week, you got away with it. This week, you didn't. The Browns could just as easily be 0-2. Yeah, and a short week. They could just as easily be 2-0 or 0-2.
A positive from all of this.
I got none.
Everybody in the AFC North lost.
Yes, but
I'm trying to look at something positive here. I'm trying real hard. That's a reach. It's a reach right now. But damn it, I'm going with it.
You know me. I'm always trying to be positive. That's my thing. I called for damn Anthony Schwartz to be the damn breakout player of the damn week a couple weeks ago.
I almost started DPJ, and I'm glad I didn't. Cooper finally looked good. Himself a touchdown.
Run game looked great.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
did their thing.
Yeah.
Chubb did amazing.
Yeah.
Rocking Chubb right now.
All right. To me, it's gonna fall. People need to start looking at the coaches more and the game plans. I've been kind of teetering around it for the last, I don't know, I'd say 8 months, 10 months. But everybody is treating Stefanski like he's this genius. And yes, the man knows football. He's obviously he's a decent coach. But we see mistakes and we see questionable lineups and questionable play calls more often than I think I would like to. So from him, Woods, like I said, it's so hard for me to like figure out who, especially in that defensive backfield, because you and I talk, that's the strength of our squad.
Yeah. Even though like Delpit's been of a disappointment.
Very much so.
I feel like he's a little full of himself. He got that one interception last year, and then I don't know, man. I know he has the capability of being a top tier player in his position, but I'm not seeing it right now, man. I'm not, and I'm disappointed in that. But that is
Here's a question. Here's a question. Like, because that should happen to him. He's the one. Supposedly he's the guy who got burned if it wasn't Ward's guy. Who do you put it more on? Do you put it more on the players or the defensive or Woods? Because like I'm torn because I feel like those guys on the field they got to talk, but
yeah.
if he's putting him in a bad spot,
I feel like it's 50-50.
okay.
It should be on the coaches to pick that up. If you see the miscommunication, you should be able to point that out and try to like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You got plenty of defensive coaches on the sideline. Someone can yell something, get somebody's attention, like call that out, point that out. It's been happening way too much. But at the same time, it falls on the players too. You're getting paid millions of dollars. You play this game at a high level. Simple mistakes like that, like miscommunication on coverage, who's your man, shouldn't be happening as often as it's happening.
Yeah.
That's kind of like where I'm torn too. I feel like it's 50-50. It falls on both. And then, like, especially on the coaches, like you see this becoming an issue, a consistent issue, week in and week out. What are you doing to correct it? Clearly nothing. So what's it like? What's it going to take to get you to something needs to give? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. Like you said before, it's becoming an issue. It's becoming a well-known thing. It's like almost expected week in, week out, every game. Like, all right, who's going to mess up back there now? I'm waiting for it. That
It's
happens way
becoming
too often where guys are on dumbass plays, wide open, and they're like 50, 40 to 60 yard touchdowns. No one else, no one in sight. And then everyone's sort of like, what? What happened? Like, shouldn't be happening that often. I can see one or two here and there, but maybe I'm just being like too hard. I'm pissed.
nah,
Yeah.
bro. It's two weeks in a row. It happened. 2 weeks in a row.
That's unexcusable.
Inexcusable. Like,
and like I'm saying, like I'm worried now. I'm legitimately worried about Thursday.
mm-hmm. Do you think some of the
I'm still thinking we're gonna win.
do you think some of the silent finger pointing that's kind of going on is you think it's going to affect the team because Ward came out and said that's not my guy. I think the only Batonio came out and said something to the effect of he was more worried about losing the game than the fans, kind of in reference to Miles' comment about
like
being upset with the fans.
Miles didn't want the fans giving up on him too early. I'm like, but at the same time, you can't blame us for booing.
Nah, hell no.
You guys just shit the bed with less than 2 minutes left in the game, blew a 2-touchdown lead. You're up 13 points. We lost by 1. You think we're not going to be upset? No, it was an easy win. It just should have been an easy win. We should be 2-0 right now. We are way more talented on paper and physically, like on the field, than what the Jets are. They're banged up.
I don't know, man. Like
Joe Flacco.
All those prognostications, like about the Browns going like 6-11 and shit like that. I was like, come on, man, like, they got enough talent to. But again, they could be 0-2. They could just as easily be 0-2 right now. They're lucky to be sitting at 1-1. Should be 2-0.
Yeah.
So
like
is this going to continue to happen? Is this going to? We got the Steelers coming into town this week. We see those silly ass mistakes against the Steelers.
They're going to make us pay for it. As much as I hate to admit that, they will.
Yes.
And I know we talked about Watt's injury being season ending last episode, but it ended up not being the case because he just tears a pec and come back in 6 weeks. Dude's a freak. But I mean, good for him. I'm glad it's not season ending. I don't want to see anybody get hurt like that, and despite what team you play for. Dude's a hell of a player, but still, he's gonna be back in 6 weeks. So he'll be back next time we play each other.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we got Steelers coming. Big game, huge game. It's our biggest rival. Steelers fans don't look at us as a rival anymore. They don't. I interact with Steelers fans on Twitter all the time, whether it's in a positive way or just friendly trash talking. Yeah, they look at the Ravens more of a rival than we are because of how much they've whooped our ass over the years, but it will always be on the other way around. I hate the Steelers. I was born and raised to hate them and the Michigan Wolverines. I have this game circled every single year. I don't care if we lose every game throughout the season. If we win against the Steelers, I'm happy. And that's sad to say, but like, let's beat the Steelers.
Well, it used to not be this way. They only were able to get up on this rivalry since we came back in '99.
Yeah, because we've been trash, but they're due for they're due to go for a rebuild era where they're just going to be ass.
Dude, you know what?
Like that in the early '90s.
I don't. But you know what though? They don't rebuild, man. I'm an old man. The Steelers have had 3 coaches in my entire lifetime.
That's impressive. They've only had 3 coaches in their entire existence, if I'm not mistaken.
They Chuck Noll, and then Cowher, and then Tomlin.
Yeah,
those are the only 3 coaches they've had since I've been alive. So the way that they do things, they obviously have a Steeler way or whatever it is. Then the Browns are trying to build it, but stuff like this just makes people go, same old Browns, because this is the kind of just dumb shit that I don't even know. I don't even know.
Haslam was right in front of me. So I'm like front row right next to the tunnel. He was standing right there when all this meltdown happened. He was pissed on the sidelines. He was pissed. But no, I don't blame him. And then after the game, Stefanski just no emotion, head down, just ran into the locker room. That's all he did. I just need to see more emotion from him. Like at some point, I'm getting to the point where like, is he our guy? Is Stefanski our guy? I don't want to go through another coach search, man. I don't. I want him to be our guy. But the talent we have on this team to be performing the level we are. I don't know, man. It's just he's not an offensive coach, so why is he calling plays? I think that's the thing that I'm never going to let that go until he gives up play calling. I never understood why he did that. He's not an offensive coach.
I guess I'm just trying to figure out, I guess, like the mistakes that we're seeing made over the last 2 seasons, basically, the first half of last season and then, the first 2 games this season, they're trends now.
Yeah.
Like, first one time is a mistake, twice is a trend, that now it's a problem. So it's got to fall back. It's got to fall on somebody. Yeah, you could talk about the defense, whatever, but it starts at the top.
Mm-hmm. And the fact that it's been a trend and becoming a problem because it's like a constant thing, and he has not shown any type of progress to better those things, to address those issues. It's just a consistent thing year in and year out. And it seems like it's the same, like no matter what coach we are, it's always the same shit. We've been dealing with the same thing, whether it's penalties or miscommunication and blown coverage. It's just like, I feel like it's just been an ongoing issue. We're just cursed.
Thank you, everybody. Good night. Sorry.
We can't have good things. We can't have nice things, man. It's just one. Just give me one before I die, please. That's all I want. Just one. Can we get one?
I'll take at this point. Like I said, I've been diehard since '85. At this point, like I will take. Title. Yeah. So, I'll just take a divisional title at this point. We ain't won a damn division since we've been back.
Let's give us something. I mean, making the playoffs and beating the Steelers was nice with Baker, but I mean that was perfect.
Yeah,
You win a playoff game against the Steelers, knock them out. I mean, it's your rival
in their house.
in their house too. I loved it. I will always love that. I cherish that so much.
But I'm the same, but we got to make new memories, man. Because you know what? The last good memory before that was like '86. But pre drive, the games before the drive and the fumble. Oh,
You see, you see that crispy Eric Metcalf jersey I've bought?
I did see that. I did see that.
$20. It's in good condition too. It's old. It's Wilson Athletic. It's official. It's not. I can't believe it's in that good condition. And it's real.
Well, I'm glad you didn't get that York, right?
No, I'm glad I didn't either. I'm gonna hold
Don't
off.
get don't get that York. Hold off
I'm
on
gonna
that for a
hold
second.
off on New York. Maybe
All right.
I'll continue
So
my search for the Phil Dawson,
yes, yes.
the goat.
So after with this short week coming, how are you? How are you feeling? Like I said, to me, there's a lot of talk today. There was Miles yapping, Ward yapping, Delpit yapping. I'm. This is kind of goes back to last year they said the locker room is fractured and it seemed everybody wanted to pin it on one dude. Well, now I think I think we're going to see what this team is made of now because
I
two
hope
weeks in a
so.
row, 2 weeks in a row we've seen some bad stuff. Like what do you see going into this Steeler game? How do we respond?
That's what I want to see. You guys can yap all you want. That's fine. But you also need to find a way to show it on the field too. Do better. You guys know what's wrong, what went wrong. Fix it. You can talk, but I want to see results. And I know I ain't nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, but still, like it happens way too often. You guys can point the finger, but at the end of the day, you guys gotta do better. You guys are getting paid millions of dollars. You're making simple mistakes. And I'm already kind of worried. We got Clowney. Clowney's out with ankle injury. We already
Mm-hmm.
confirmed that. Um, hopefully Perrion Winfrey can come in. I don't know. He's being disciplined for whatever reasons. I wonder if it's his attitude or maybe he's got some growing pains to go through, maturity. Because I know he's kind of wild. And I
Yes.
like that in him. I love that in
Yeah.
him. But at the same time, you got to be a professional now. This is in college. So I from what I've heard, rumors wise, it has something to do with his attitude. We don't know exactly what. Probably won't ever find out what, but
No.
hopefully he's good to go and they'll let him play. See something from him. I don't know, man.
I see. I had pushed the whole Perion thing to the back of my mind until you just mentioned him right now, and it's like that's another. Like we're in week 2, and there's drama already. Like
Trying to think who was. Oh, Rashad Higgins was disciplined last year, wasn't it? Was it last
yeah,
year or the year before? I feel like
I
every
think
year where you have players who are being disciplined for undisclosed reasons.
I think Rashard for the last 2 years. I think so. I think he probably last year and the year before. I want to say just or if not being disciplined, he just wouldn't see the field. He did. He got zero playing time. So
I we're gonna be back at home again, under the lights, prime time, against our biggest rival, and the chip on our shoulder from how things went. I feel good about it. I just like I said, with Clowney being out, next man up. I hope they have that mentality and we just show out. Like I said, I'm positive. I think we're gonna win. Am I worried? Yes. But we're leaving First Energy Stadium with a W against the Steelers.
bro, I am absolutely. I was about to drop an F bomb, but I'm absolutely flipping petrified right now that these dudes are gonna walk out here, and we know the Steelers. They don't have to have a top flight quarterback to beat us.
I
They play hard.
I
They
hate
play
them.
hard. They play mistake free football. I'm petrified about Thursday. Not, I don't feel like we're gonna get blown out per se. Although, I mean, I've seen it all now, so that happens. Yeah, well, yeah,
Always expect the unexpected with the Browns.
yeah. But I'm absolutely petrified. But I'm going with you. I'm gonna stay positive. Browns 17, Steelers 13.
17
What you
13.
got?
We were both way off last week.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm going 14-10 Browns.
So we're both predicting, short week, low scoring game.
Yep, everyone's gonna have a chip on
I
their
feel I
shoulder.
feel like I'm going 14-13. I don't know if we got more. I don't know if we got more.
14-13.
Yeah, yeah. I'm petrified, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like we just walked into a trap game and got caught in the trap.
I'm
So,
I'm kind of curious how Brissett's gonna be. He got kind of banged up at the end of the game. He was limping around. He got look at his ankle. I don't know how serious. I haven't looked and seen. I've been avoiding looking up Browns news all day. I'm pissed, but I thought he was going to be taken out of the game, but he came back in and finished. Um, Curious how well he's going to be, if he's going to be 100%. When I ask you, from week 1 to week 2, with Brissett's performance, do you see him progressing, getting a little more comfortable? Or do you think he looked pretty much the same, like he is who he is?
I mean, his numbers were clearly better, but as we both know, this is a week to week league. Sometimes you just match up better against other teams,
Yeah.
and that's just the way that it works. Um,
He did look a
I,
little more comfortable out there.
yes, yes. I was hoping to see.
He was rushing a little too much.
Yes, yeah.
Sure.
That's.
Every time he took off, I'm like, oh no, slide.
But are we going to get the Dobbs package at some point? I mean, they've talked about it.
That's why I'm wondering if he's going to be 100%. I thought they were going to put Dobbs in and let Brissett chill just to avoid it. I'm like, I even told the guys, I'm like, oh, it's Dobbs time. Brissett's limping, and it didn't happen. They said that at the beginning of the season they got something planned for him, but we have yet to see. So maybe pull a little something out against his former team. What a better time, right?
I mean, at this point, like I said, I was happy to see him score 31, but the Steelers got that tape too. So we're
Yeah.
not going to be able to come out and do the same thing. And the Steelers have, better talent and they're, better coached.
Hey,
So,
you give Dobbs an opportunity. Who knows? Maybe he has like kind of a. He's a very professional guy. Very,
yeah.
very nice young man. Dude, smart as hell. The Steelers drafted him, and he spent so much time with them, and never really got the opportunity. This is a Big Ben, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
but even like Mason Rudolph and stuff like that, like he never really got a full opportunity to show what he got, and he looked very impressive in the preseason. He obviously knows a lot about that organization. Who knows what kind of intel he can give the team? I'm sure he can give some. You know what I'm saying, to prepare for them. But maybe he has something to prove against them. So why not roll the dice?
That's where I'm at.
Give the man a shot.
Just at least run his package a couple times,
Yeah,
just for give the defense a different look.
I'm sure he has something to prove. Like, see, this is what you guys could have had. You know what I'm saying? I'm guarantee you, knowing that Ben just retired and they
Mm-hmm.
still like never gave him a shot. Like, boom. I'm sure he wants to shove it in their face at some point.
Yeah.
He could deny it till he's blue in the face. But we know if you're a competitor and you go against your former team who never really gave you a shot, you
Yep.
kind of want to shove it in their face. Be like, boom, you could have had this.
Yep.
And it raises his stock too. He's still young.
Yep.
I don't
He
know
is
how long
very
he plans on playing. Dude works for NASA,
good.
but
This is a side gig.
yeah, he just does it for fun. Who knows? He can just walk away tomorrow, but still, why not? Yeah, like roll the dice, give the man a shot, roll a package, whether it's like a series or two, or even just a couple plays here and there. Why not?
Yeah.
See what happens. At this point, you got nothing else to lose, right?
No, no. I say we bury this game and we never speak of it again.
I wish. Yes.
Um, but
I have a feeling it's not. It's gonna at least haunt us for a while.
I'm sure.
But
I'm
we
sure.
won't talk about this damn game anymore on this show.
No.
All right.
Well,
Deal?
there's one way that I'm gonna bring this game up, but I'm not gonna say how. We'll discuss this off camera. There's one way I'm gonna bring this game up. Actually, I don't care. I'll tell y'all. If we're if we finish the damn season and we go in the last game, we're 8-8 instead of 9-7. I'm gonna be livid,
Yeah.
and I'll leave it at that.
Let's put a name on this game. You just want to call it the meltdown?
Yeah,
We'll
I
just
think it's
refer
a good
to it
one.
as the meltdown.
Yeah,
All right. Fair
yeah,
enough.
yeah.
I got an idea for your next episode.
What's
Something
up?
fun. We can probably talk about it off the air. Let's have like a little mini draft of we each do it. We'll figure out who goes first. We'll draft Browns players from 99 to current. You get to pick like one quarterback, two running backs, two wide receivers, and we'll do two tight ends. We'll just do
Okay.
offensive players only because defense. Or you can pick a specific year. We'll do that. We'll do a specific year of Browns defense from 99 to current.
There you go.
We'll
Okay.
pick our own little Browns, all Browns 99 to current team.
How
That
about
might
we
be something
do
fun.
how about we do 99-17, because if we do current, that's
Oh,
gonna be
yeah,
all the dudes we picking.
that's true. Running back Nick Chubb, duh.
Yeah.
But I'll take on two. That could go either way.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
We can do it.
I'm down. I'm down.
Or
Especially
we can do 99 to 2010. Let's do that
there,
decade.
there you go. Decade.
Figure it
Okay.
out. We'll iron out the kinks. I just figured it's throwing it out there. Something fun we can do. Let the people know. Maybe some of our favorite players from this era, from since we returned to the league in '99. Have a little
Okay.
fantasy team. I mean, obviously we couldn't really do anything with it, but still, I'll make a graphic for it. We'll let the people vote who has the better team.
Boom.
We'll
I'm
sum.
I'm all for it.
All
I'm
right.
all for it. We
So I
we
got
got
14-10. You got 14-13.
yep.
Both Browns win at home
Yes.
in prime time
Thursday,
under the lights
Thursday
against the
night.
Wheelers.
We're gonna have to jump back on Friday. Recap this because I'm feeling good. I'm as much as nervous as I am. Like, the reactional Browns fan in me is like, all right, man, it's a
Yeah,
different regime.
we can
They're
do
not gonna
Friday
screw up.
episode.
Yeah,
We record Friday night.
yeah,
While the reaction is still fresh.
yeah.
I'm down with
It
that.
it was it was best for us to wait because, quite honestly, if I recorded this thing any earlier today, or especially last night, after
Oh,
after all the beverages I ingested, and I don't smoke
same
cigarettes,
here.
but I
This probably would have been a terrible episode.
oh
We would have
it,
just been talking reckless.
yeah, yeah,
It probably would have
absolutely,
been good. F bombs be flying left and right.
yeah. I would have been extra raspy. I'm not a cigarette smoker, but on Brown's home openers, I'm a cigarette smoker. I smoked way too many cigarettes yesterday, especially after the damn loss.
Well, alcohol doesn't help either. Kind of goes hand in hand. Plus frustration.
Yep.
I get it.
Cigarette, beer, whiskey.
I get
Cigarette,
it.
beer, whiskey. All right.
Hopefully, I'll get over
Dean,
this before Thursday.
they
I'm
better.
hoping.
You
But
got anything else you want to tell these people?
hate your local Steelers fan. No, just uh,
I second that.
I hate the thing I hate the most about home games against the Steelers is how many Steelers fans show up in that stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me
Yeah.
so mad. Ah.
It
Talk
is
crap to us on
entertaining.
Twitter, Steelers fans. I accept it. Bring it on. You know my handle. Come at me. I'll talk crap with you all week. You guys are going down.
Boom. Boom. Coming from the man himself.
What? Yeah, we're gonna record Friday, give you guys a fresh reaction, and try to stay positive, Browns fans. This has been a therapy session. We appreciate you listening, and it'll get better. And this with some positivity. It will get better.
That's right.
We're gonna win.
Boom.
I hope we're right.
Hope we're right
Hope
too.
we're right. Anything
Or
else,
Friday.
man?
If we're not right, the episode you would have got yesterday, you might get on Friday.
Yeah.
So
You just might. You just might.
As usual, the words of the immortal, the God, Freddie Kitchens. If you don't wear brown and orange, you don't matter.
Oof.
Peace.
Oh, and don't forget to go to believeinmediallc.com and check out all of our stuff. We got articles. We got Guardians of the CLE. The Indians are Guardians are on fire right now. We got the Cavs. Donovan Spider Mitchell's here. All things Cavaliers. We got a little thing. Everything. Got the Power Driver for wrestling. Thank you to our sponsors. Like, share, follow. Do the damn thing. Follow us. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next week. Later.